Hey kids, throughout the ages, mercury has been known to be the cause of, and solution to, many of life's ailments, mostly due to the fact it is a poison. Mercury is one of the most unique, pure elements in science. At room temperature, it's liquid and even creates fumes when heated, in case you ever want to know what it's like to breathe metal air. However, you really shouldn't, because even a few drops could poison and even kill you. Some of the symptoms of mercury poisoning are anxiety, depression, irritability, memory loss, numbness, chronic shyness, and tremors. While the more serious symptoms include muscle weakness, trouble walking, and even death. One famous story of mercury poisoning comes from Karen Wetterhahn, a professor at Dartmouth University. In 1996, while doing an experiment, 1 or 2 drops of dimethylmercury spilled on her hand, where it seeped through her latex rubber gloves and through her skin. Within 5 months, she was experiencing neurological symptoms, and after another 5 months, she passed away. There are few cases today in our modern world where mercury poisoning is recorded, mostly due to the fact that mercury is kept out of the hands of the public. However, not too long ago, this was a much different story. From 1804 to 1806, Lewis and Clark were sent out to explore the Western America and take notes of their findings. However, since they couldn't grow any vegetation while crossing the Great Plains, they essentially had to resort to hunting game to feed themselves. This led to one issue. Due to their mainly carnivorous diet, and their bodies being used to the breads and fruits of the Western world, they developed serious cases of constipation. Luckily, they prepared for this and brought 600 of the strongest laxatives the early 19th century had to offer. These laxatives, called thunderbolts, were 4 times the size of an Advil and laced with enough mercury to kill 10 people. However, due to their bodies recognizing there was a poison in the pills, the bodies would immediately rid themselves of the mercury poison in less than 15 minutes, not giving the mercury enough time to be digested into the system. Funnily enough, this is actually how present-day researchers have tracked the Lewis and Clark expeditions. By tracking the mercury pills throughout the American Midwest into the Pacific Ocean and back, you know the exact path of Lewis and Clark. Throughout the days, mercury has had other uses as well. Most people know mercury as a substance inside of thermometers. Mercury was used in thermometers due to mercury's nearly linear thermal expansion, making it very accurate when it comes to checking temperature. If you ever dropped a thermometer on the ground and broke it, you would see the mercury form almost perfect spheres on the ground as it spills everywhere. And when you clean it up, none of it will be left behind. Kind of like those commercials for car wax that causes the water to just roll off the cars. This is because when mercury is in liquid form, it turns into very tiny beads and prefers to only bond with itself, which creates a very strong surface tension. Mercury sulfide, a mercury compound, has been found to be used throughout Asia and the Middle East as a makeup/beauty material due to its bright red color. It has been found to have been used throughout the last millennium and as far back as 650 AD, and is likely responsible for many deaths. Mercury sulfide can actually be converted to mercury by roasting it. Another cool identity of mercury is how dense it is. Mercury is around 13.5 times as dense as water, which gives it some really cool properties. If you were to drop a quarter into mercury, it would float. Same with almost any metal or rock found on Earth. Due to the fact that mercury is an incredibly poisonous poison, there have been several cases of large-scale public disasters involving methylmercury, the most notable of which comes from the coastal Minamata city in Japan, called Minamata disease. Go figure. The company called Chizo had been dumping water contaminated with mercury into coastal waters, infecting many of the ocean animals that the people ate. So far, the number of people officially recognized of having died from Minamata disease is 2,234, although the real number is estimated to be between 5,000 and 10,000. In total, I guess you could say that mercury has had a pretty depressing history as one of Earth's most dangerous elements. And it has. It's pretty bad. And you should feel bad. Bye, everybody. Who abbreviated this element?